Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Business Talks. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's episode, we are going to discuss Dolton Township and Dolton Police Department. We have rogue Lacey on the move, terrorizing the residents, okay? They fired him, and he continued to show up to work. Why? Because Tiffany Henyard reappointed him once again, even though he did not pass his chief police examination board. She still wants to put him in office, and it is illegal for her to do these things. Also, what happened in Dolton Township over the weekend, Tiffany had this taste fest or whatever, Taste of Dolton Township. Once again, I'm pretty sure this was not approved by the board. Kiki Wyatt was there. Jay Holiday was there. These are, I guess, bigger stars, but who paid for this event? And we know they're having problems with deciding if they should pay the grass to get cut for the seniors. So I'm really doubtful that the board approved this event. Okay, so that's all today on another episode of Business Talks. We're going to talk about some DNC stuff before we get to our main story, but you guys stay tuned.
Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bap. What? This is what you call a bap. Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bap. What? This is what you call a bap.
You guys put in the chat, let me know where you're viewing from. Please put it in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. I see we have Charles Toombs in the building. Tiffany wig at the Dolton meeting looked like a used mop. Okay. Charles Toombs, thank you for tuning in. She still got the credit card. She needs to go see that makeup guy soon. Ken, act of kindness. First hi from Minnesota. Nap time soon. Take care, Burns family. Well, thank you for stopping by. We have KJ from Chicago. One, he gone, she gone. Okay. MJ, hello from Buckeye State, Ohio, my neighboring state. It's always good to see you. D Dave, let's see what this week holds for us. Honestly, I do not expect much from anything with the DNC convention going on this week. But I do have some breaking news to let you guys know. I don't know if it's they put it on the news station yet, but this is, I learned this out in the X streets. Okay. Karen King, her orange hair hat is awful. Okay. Monica Ortiz, good morning to you. Good morning. Nurse Petty, good afternoon. Love the hair. Thank you. I didn't wake up like this, but I put it on like this. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. KJ from Chicago. By the way, the 2024 National Convention is in Chicago. The whole world's watching. Of course, they are watching. You guys remember to hit the like and subscribe button. I see we have Kenya Brown from Charleston, South Carolina. Thank you for tuning in. Stephen Nimley is tuning in from New York. Thank you. We have Dave Singerman from Cocoa Beach, Florida, Michigan State alum. Okay. I'm a U of M alum, but I'm not going to hold it to you. I'm not going to hold it against you. But anyway, Nurse Patty, Thornton, Illinois, Ronald, Minnesota, Rochester. Thank you for tuning in. We have Bridget, love the channel, from Columbus, South Carolina. Kakalaka. We have Chi-Town in the building, Veronica Johnson. And Monica is tuning in from California. Bella61, Asheville, North Carolina. I used to live in North Carolina, not too far from Asheville, actually. Highwire is tuning in from Redford, Michigan. What up, though, to you from Redford. Tracy Gill, Tiffany paid for it. She doesn't have access to the card or bank account. Okay, we gotta say that. Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. Jasper, Georgia. Richard Russell tuning in from Jasper, Georgia. And we have Emmanuel Kinley from Emmanuel Buford. James Watson, Detroit Biscuit. What up, though? Tracy Gill, Chicago. James Jackson. Hello from Brownstown, Michigan. I see we got Michigan in the building. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you. Painesville, Ohio. Bonnie is tuning in from Painesville, Ohio. Strawberry, Thornton Township. Shy girl from Park Forest, Illinois. We have Be True to Yourself from NC, by the way, of California. It's always good to see you. And we have Albany, Georgia. Angelo Collins is tuning in from Albany, Georgia. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Just a quick story for you guys. DNC is being held in Chicago today, okay, or for this whole week. This DNC convention is being held in Chicago, Illinois. They're ramping up because they believe that they're projecting there will be 100,000 protesters there. Okay, 100,000 protesters there, and they're gearing up. They called other states' police department to come in and man this event. This is baffling to me. Reason why it's baffling to me, Chicago is the state. DNC, Democrats, they do want to defund the police. Well, I don't know if it's across the board defund the police. I don't think that's a sentiment that's carrying through most Democrats, like middle of the road Democrats. But, extreme ones, they want to defund the police. So they called in other states for their police department to man the streets to make sure that they don't, take down their barricade. They don't deconstruct their barricade, because they have built a barricade around the DNC convention, and you have to have a photo ID to go into the DNC convention, which is weird because they don't want you to have a photo ID to vote. So you want me to have a photo ID to attend the convention, but I don't need a photo ID to vote? What kind of crazy stuff is that? Anyway, just halfway backwards, they want to defund the police, but you want to use the police for your protection. And also you want people to have a photo ID, but you don't want that to be a law for people to vote. Really insane to me. Okay. I didn't want to talk about that. Actually, my whole point of talking about the DNC, because Joe Biden was expected to attend, and he will. He is expected to give a speech this afternoon. Okay. He's expected to give a speech this afternoon. I guess it's called a farewell speech. But unfortunately, he's not staying. He is not staying. He is not staying. They're saying that he will be leaving as soon as he renders his speech this evening. Okay. I wonder why. Okay. Now, earlier this morning, this story dropped, and it says, and I'm just reading off this post, okay?
Since 2014, lawmakers call.
It's saying that House GOP report Biden family received $27 million from foreign individuals and entities. Okay, this is what their House. Remember, they had this whole big thing, investigation. Hunter Biden, I don't know if he testified. He did want to testify, but he made a big charade about not testifying or testifying. He didn't want to testify in closed doors. He wanted to be public. but the GOP wanted it to be closed doors. I actually agree with Hunter Biden on this point. Why don't you make it public? What's the secrecy about? But they're saying that they have substantial evidence to impeach Joe Biden because of this $27 million. Now, this is what Fox is saying.
This is a Fox News alert. All new this morning, House Republicans finding President Biden and his family received more than $27 million from foreign individuals and entities since 2014. Lawmakers call it an impeachable conduct. Brooke Singman is in Chicago with this story. Brooke, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Ainsley. I obtained a copy of this 292-page report from House Republicans. They're on the House Oversight, Judiciary, and Ways and Means committees, and they've been leading this impeachment inquiry against President Biden for months. So they said their investigation found that President Biden engaged in impeachable conduct and said he abused his office and, quote, defrauded the United States to enrich his family. Republicans revealed that since 2014, the Biden family and its associates received more than $27 million from foreign individuals and entities. They also found that while Biden was serving as vice president, the Biden family got more than $8 million in loans from Democratic benefactors. And they say those loans have not been repaid. So this report says, in part, quote, as vice president, President Biden actively participated in a conspiracy by, among other things, attending dinners with his family's foreign business partners and speaking to them by phone, often when being placed on speakerphone by Hunter Biden. Republicans are calling out a 2014 dinner that Hunter Biden and his father attended with a Russian oligarch. After that dinner, the oligarch wired $3.5 million to Hunter Biden's firm. Now, this report says, quote, several witnesses testified that Hunter Biden invoked his father in business dealings with Romanian, Chinese, Kazakhstani, and Ukrainian companies, resulting in millions of dollars flowing to the Biden family. They're also calling out Biden for his handling of classified documents. House Republicans are now calling for Biden to be impeached. Ainsley?
All right.
I just have a message for the Republican Party. Although this might sound good and, we found some evidence on him. The guy's been in the office for 3.5 years. He's been in office for 3.5 years. We made this claim prior. I know it takes a long time to investigate stuff, but right now you're in the middle of election. Election is in 3 months. So what are you doing now? You guys throw me a lifeline. What's the point of this? Okay, are you going to impeach him? I prefer you not to impeach him because who's on the other side of the impeachment? Kamala Harris. She would be the president. So anyway, I'm not saying Joe Biden is right or wrong. I knew that he had foreign dealings. I knew that was all the cards or all the roads lead to Rome, where Joe Biden was guilty, Hunter Biden was guilty, who has in his whole family. Reason why I'm saying this, his whole family, when they was then doing this investigation, they uncovered 61 bank accounts, and no legitimate businesses. They were all shell corporations. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Only people that do set up shell corporations is for some type of money laundering scheme. So we already knew Joe Biden's hands was dirty, i.e. because he loved his son so much, apparently, if you want to go that route. But we're in August and the election is in November. I think they're wasting their efforts. Just let the man go. Okay, you found one up on the Democrats, but I think we make a lot of noise of saying, oh, look at this, we got him now, and to put your hand behind your back doing something else. I think it's all a ploy. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. I think it's a little bit too late. Okay, so, and then they mentioned, this evidence broke this morning. And then on Twitter, they were talking about how during the DNC program or their agenda that came out, the platform per se, it had several mistakes on the DNC saying, President Biden's second term. Okay. So no one is checking behind the person who's proofreading these things. This is just Biden's administration. They're everywhere. Then no rhyme, no reason. Kamala Harris. Let me show you Tim Walz. Tim Walz is a strange bird. He is, let me see if I can find that picture. Just a wonky person to me. To me, he's a wonky person. But anyway, and then I've been seeing rumors that Kamala Harris has a drinking problem. Because, they're saying she got out the car. There was an open bottle, on the floor when she got out of the car. All kinds of crazy stuff. What I do want to point out about the DNC before I move on to the main story, which is disgusting to me. I truly believe if we as Black folks, we don't start focusing on our family and building up our community, we're never going to see what's the things that we were seeing before the civil rights movement came to action or was enacted. Okay, we're not going to see a lot of Black businesses. We're not going to see two-parent households. We're not going to see education. We're not going to see our communities being built up, strong communities. We're not going to see that until we start focusing on the family nucleus. I think that's our main problem, is we're not focused on family. And then we allow the government to strip away our family. And then we take up all these other causes and say, oh, we want reproductive rights. We want this, we want that. And the main problem with most of our the main root is because we don't have family. We don't have a big mama no more. We don't have a daddy. We don't have a mama. We don't have the matriarch. We don't have a Medea. Those people that actually kept our family together, we don't have those no more. And until we start going back to our original roots, we will always have a problem. Now, what I'm getting at is the DNC thought it was okay. Hey, we're protecting our reproductive rights. They're going to have a damn van there, a mobile abortion clinic van. It's disgusting. You could get for free. You could get abortions for free at the DNC. You could get a vasectomy at the DNC. And we continue to support this nonsense. This is not our way. It's not our way. Until we realize that we were always going to be the last people, okay? The biggest threat to the controlling power is the Black family. It's nothing else. It's not the Black woman. No, it's the Black family. So they decided we gonna bring the abortions to you. You can have an abortion in the damn van, which is disgusting. Like, it's back in the day, it's illegal. We're gonna have a mobile medical abortion. If you guys are not disgusted by this, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, we're going to continue to talk about the DNC throughout the weekend or throughout the week. So just stay tuned for that. And then tomorrow I'm going to go over Kamala Harris. She dropped her communistic platform. I have a lot to say about that, but we're not going. I don't have enough time. I'll be talking for about 5 hours. Anyway, we're going to go to our main story. Our main story is about Lacey Lewis. Louis Lacey. Louis Lacey, he decided that he wasn't gonna quit. He don't give a damn if you fired them. William Moore, Louis Lacey, who else was on the chopping block? They already said they're gonna continue to show up to work and get, and I guess they're gonna get paid. I'm not for sure. William Moore said it was God's work. God called him to do that, and he has so much faith in his leader, the leader that's going to jail, Tiffany Henyard, aka Tiffany Henyard. If you guys didn't know, that's the leader that's going to jail. But he has so much faith in this leader that he's going to continue to show up to work. Also, Louis Lacey, he continued to show up for work, and they I guess they're having a hard time kicking him out. This is what they reported. This is what they reported, NBC Chicago.
8 hours a day trading. I just pick up my trades the night before, set up my...
And this comes just days after the trustees terminated the deputy police chief. Now the mayor of the village, Tiffany Henyard, has appointed him to a new position. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has reaction on today's announcement.
Good evening. An illegal appointment. That's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next steps. Now, it was last Monday that Deputy Dolton Police Chief Louis Lacey was put on administrative leave by the Dolton Village Board. Trustees say he returned to work the next day and was later fired for insubordination. Then today, trustees say they got word that Mayor Tiffany Henyard has now appointed Lacey as police chief without trustees voting on this appointment, and they say Lacey has also not been sworn in to the position. Now, Lacey was in court a short time ago. He was arraigned on federal bankruptcy fraud charges. It's alleged that he lied under oath in a scheme to hide assets and income from creditors to avoid paying more than $40,000 in a lawsuit settlement.
Well, Mr. Lacey is absolutely not guilty of all 9 counts. I believe he's cooperating. And if you cooperate, you have to admit your guilt first.
And happening here tonight in South Holland, a special meeting called by the Thornton Township Board of Trustees. They have a number of items on the agenda looking to curtail spending that they say is being done by Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who is also township supervisor. We should also mention that the township is now into its new fiscal year and still without a budget. Reporting from South Holland, I'm Regina Waldrop.
Okay, so I see Jedediah put a comment on here. What do you want?
I'm gonna write the writing that's in 5 sentences.
Yeah, Chase, everything's normal.
No, like pretend you have the power to make
5 sentences.
a holiday. Yeah.
Talk about it with your brother. I'm not for sure. Thank you. Jedediah just put in a comment. Henyard and her police is in a standoff right now over power and access to the station. Lacey on the scene demanding entry and attempting to change locks on doors. The police are fighting back. I think they might have to call in the state police because, like I said, he's a rogue officer. A rogue officer, why would you do that? Number one, you are being indicted, charged with a crime. Can he, per Illinois law, well, he's not fine. He's not proven guilty or anything. So can he still carry his weapon, even though he's being indicted for a federal crime? I don't know. You guys let me know what the police or the code is for Illinois. But I know you can't be a felony carrying a weapon. And then you got fired from your job. You get fired. When you get fired from your job, you drop off your badge and your uniform and you leave. You don't come back and have a standoff. What kind of crazy this? This is crazy. This is crazy. You guys, let me just put in the chat. Let me see how I would do it. Give me a second. I'm trying to see how can I invite people on this. I'm trying to see how I can invite people if you guys want to come on and give your 2 cents in. While I figure that out. While I'll figure that out, I'm going to play this other video. Now, this is Tiffany Henyard. This was over the weekend. So, you I guess you're having a standoff in your police department and you hired them back. Okay. And then you host a party. Kind of crazy. I'm going to host a party. I'm going to host a party, invite Kiki Wyatt and Jay Holiday, spend all this money and act like business is normal as usual. What kind of shit is this? To me, this is really crazy to me. Now, this is Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard, she is saying that, she had a blast and she was inviting everybody out to her party or whatever. And it looks like it wasn't a lot of people there. I think because partially it got rained out, but I don't know how much planning went into it as far as letting people know, because it had a low turnout, unless they just totally don't like Tiffany.
Hey, here the people.
Oh, Henyard.
Yeah. We out here.
Henyard.
Let me show you. Taste of Dolton going on right now.
Henyard, y'all about to jump this? I'm Henyard. Okay. I'm about to get it right. Look at you with them little short arms. You like, yeah, right, nigga.
That's right, Tamika. That's right.
Yeah, man. Y'all take care of your house. Clap if you take care of your house. I heard it.
Don't play with me. That's how you heard. Right. Exactly.
Your room dirty right now. Y'all two right here. When y'all room clean? No, they laughing. They like,
hi guys, this is your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, people's mayor. We out here at Taste of Dolton. Yeah, it keep raining, but it's still going on. Right now they got the comedians up there. I'm gonna walk through and show you what's going on. So you can see. And it's going on to 8 o'clock, so we still got Jay Holiday, Kiki Wyatt, everybody's in the building. We're outside. So we're gonna go and see.
Yeah, man. Got to stay in love too, man.
Just show you real quick what we got going on.
You gotta start all over, man. When you start all over, it just feel bad. You know?
Turning around. Hey, good, how you doing?
So try to hang in there. I know it's rough. Fellas, I know it's rough. I know that girl on your nerves.
Gotta say hey, mama.
In your mind.
Hey, y'all. Everybody in the ring. Come on, what up, baby? I love you. Love you too, and nothing you can do about it. That part. Tell them again.
Now, why you gotta be so ghetto? Anyway, I just put the stream link. If you want to join in and talk, you can always click on that link and join in as a guest. Anyway, so this happened, and she's being ghetto about it, screaming and whatever. Before I played this entire video, I had some other information about Louis Lacey. And Louis Lacey, he's not a stranger to being a con artist, okay? Louis Lacey is not a stranger to being a criminal. He actually conned this lady out of her insurance money after her husband was killed. Okay, now this was filed in 2015. Okay, July 2015 by the plaintiff named Denise White Hampton. This was in the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, and she wrote a complaint saying it was consumer fraud. Okay. She goes to say Louis Lacey came to her house on June 8th of 2013 when her husband was murdered in 2012. She owned a home and it was in Dolton. And she's been there with her kids for 25 years. She says she has 3 kids. When she was married, she got married at 34, and she was grieving. She was very vulnerable at the time. And she says, Mr. Louis Lacey, he told me that I'm going to protect you and I'm going to be your friend. He started dating me. Louis Lacey started telling me about his financial problems and started asking me for more money. September, Mr. Louis Lacey asked me, did your husband have good insurance? And I said, yes, I did. Mr. Lacey said, that's good for you. And Mr. Lacey asked me, how much insurance money do you have? And I told Mr. Lacey how much money I had in the bank, and that was about $300,000. Okay. And Mr. Lacey started asking me for money on around October the 10th, 2013. I started drawing money out the bank. I didn't know he preyed on my insurance money. I loaned Mr. Lacey money every week, $10,000 every week. So, number one, you came into this lady's home. You knew she just lost her husband. And months after you got to know her, I guess, fictitiously, a concerned gentleman, and you were basically a wolf in sheep clothing. Oh, do you have insurance policy? How much was the insurance policy? This sounds like one of those movies that you can't make up. Like you literally asked someone how much insurance money they had, and they actually told you. Well, is that believable? I think it is, because it's not like you knocked on the door. Hey, do you have insurance? No, you started dating this woman. They probably had sexual relations with each other, and then you ask her about her insurance. I didn't know he preyed on me on my insurance money. I loaned Mr. Lacey money every day, $10,000 a week. He told me that he was going to give my money back when he gets his settlement, and he never did. So that was her story. Now, he tried to get out of paying this back. I guess his lawyer tried to get the charges dropped. Let me see if I could find that inbox. He tried to get the charges dropped. And it says on here, I'm going to get to your chat in a minute. It says on here, defendant Louis Lacey by his attorneys Kravlovic, Menon, LLP, for his answers to the complaint states, the complaint is a single paragraph and therefore not in compliance with the requirements of the Illinois Code of Civil Procedures and the rules of the Illinois Supreme Court. This answer will address each sentence in the complaint. Defendant omits the first sentence of the complaint. Defendant is without sufficient information with which to form a belief about the truth of the allegations of the second sentence of the complaint. So the second sentence of the complaint was saying that he decided to date her. and therefore neither admits nor denies same, but demands strict proof thereof. I wish this lady would have hired a lawyer. Defendant is without sufficient information with which to form a belief about the truth of the allegations of the third sentence of the complaint, and therefore neither admits nor denies same, but demands strict proof thereof. Now, they filed this when? August the 25th. Defendant is without sufficient information with which to form a belief about the truth of the allegations of the four sentences and complaint, and therefore neither admits nor denies same, but demands strict proof. A defendant denies the fifth sentence. Defendant admits the sixth sentence. Denies the 7th through the 17th sentence. Wherefore, defendant Louis Lacey prays that the complaint be dismissed and he be awarded the costs incurred herein. So I guess I answered the complaint and denied everything. Now we don't know. I don't know what happened with this lady, and hopefully I'm pretty sure she didn't see her money back. But if she did, Louis Lacey probably wouldn't have been in town. He probably would have been some other chief police person, maybe. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure what would have came of that. And I don't know. You guys put in the chat. How long I believe Louis Lacey is married to somebody right now. How long has he been married to this other woman? Because this didn't happen yesterday. This happened about 6 or 7 years ago. So what, I'm kind of confused. Well, actually 9 years ago, because it happened in 2014. So what is Chief Lacey doing? I mean, I guess he's going around preying on people, making people think that he likes them and he has their corner, and he's actually preying on them to use them. How many other people has he done this to? Seek out the victims. Does Chief Lacey have anything to do with this guy's death? Do we know that? How did he know this guy died? I guess because her husband said her husband's was murdered. So was he on the police force then? I think he was. So there's so many questions that we have to answer with this. And then now today, Louis Lacey is at the police township or Dolton Police Department and refusing to leave. It doesn't make any sense. Let me get to some of your Tiffany is a celebrity mayor. She should serve the people. Measured man, it's so empty. Hanging AZ twerkathon with Tiffany and 2. Those 300, 600 Target purchases are gift cards, no tax. And Carlos, they're having a money laundering scheme or just a scheme. I don't know if you guys remember when we checked out the credit card statements when they was receiving all those cash back rewards, because they're purchasing purchasing gift cards, and they're using the gift card monies and also receiving money from the cashback rewards. And you could put it actually on your bill, or you could actually receive a check from that. So it's just a scheme. that they're doing. Monica said, OMG, she is so, like you said, ghetto. A guy don't like ugly. Beth from Chicago, Q out of the DFW. Thank you for praying. This is not a good police situation. No, it's not. It's not a good police situation. Lexi, what a weasel. Cookie is saying this has become a serious public safety concern, and it's unbelievable that the federal or state authority they're not stepping in. This is really baffling. Why haven't the state police stepped in at this point? I mean, are they just waiting for something to go down like really detrimental so they could just take over and say, oh, look at them Negroes. They can't manage nothing. They can't even solve their own problems. I guess we got to step in. Jarvis Ellis, do anybody know what Wayfair is? Wayfair is a company that you could buy plumbing fixtures, furniture for. Now, if you have a Wayfair professional account, which I do for my business, I could go and shop on their line and buy bulk stuff at bulk pricing, I guess you want to call it. But it's similar to Amazon, but it's for home and businesses. So, but I mean, it's all like furniture. If you're doing a job like a renovation job, you'll go to Wayfair. And they have some good, not necessarily good prices, but they have some unique stuff. Their prices is about the same as like Home Depot and Lowe's, you know. But if you want furniture, plumbing fixtures, things like that, you could even find decorative items for your home or your office. Anywho. Cookie says, all of this sets the Black American fight for equality back for 50 years of shameful and exploiting behavior, the way she's bribing residents for free chitterlings, for God's sakes. Yeah, that's what she's doing. Now, back to this other story. Now, you guys put in the chat, what do you feel about Lacey Lewis? He's, like I said, if he's having a standoff with the Dolton Police Department, this can't be good. It can't be good for Dolton. And I don't see nothing in the news regarding it. But just about the reappointment. That's all I see about the reappointment of Tiffany Henyard reappointing Lewis Lacey. I don't know why she's doing that. Anyway, it's kind of sickening to me. You guys put it in chat. Let me know what you think about that. Now, back to this Chitlin Fair.
Hey, how you doing?
You like it?
Thank you, everything. You know anything for y'all. Y'all, love you too. So, y'all, we got the, here, look right here. We got the face painting going on right here.
What you doing, man?
Got the next girl. Hey.
Hey.
Face
What's the girl
painting.
there?
Yeah.
She over there?
Y'all all right here. Oh, you
Everybody
use airbrush
back
shit.
there.
All right
Everybody
here.
walking around Ray Charles.
Airbrush.
You see it?
Hey.
Ray Charles.
Airbrush tattoos. Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey.
Why is she like this?
I see y'all like
Stop
love
it.
y'all.
She act like she ain't never seen people before.
Hey, good. You said
I think this was to drum up support, maybe to get the news out there. Like, oh, look at this great event. Look what we did. We had face painting, music. I don't see no food there. I don't know. It's the taste of Thornton Township. Where's the food? I see this lady got a Burger King bag. Like, what is this? No food on the table. If food was there and free, you know people would have been eating. they didn't have no food. So I don't know what she's talking about. She did have a jumbo gym there. She got her makeup done because that one guy that's been giving her a hard, well, everybody's been giving him a hard time because he was on payroll. He was on payroll. I think he was getting $1,500 a month or $3,000 a month for doing Tiffany's makeup and wigs, I guess. He was her stylist. So he was there. And she's acting like she's a celebrity that's about to go to jail.
so much got love on my people, but this is what it's all about. Stay tuned. Got a busy evening for you. If you're watching this and you want to come out, it is free. You need no money. Just show up and show out. We got everything for kids, so you don't have to find a babysitter. Everybody you want here, make sure you're here. Remember, I always say, come see about it. Don't be about it. Just put your eyes on it. So you see what's going on like these babies right here. Check it out. They are doing bus calls.
Does Tiffany know her pants are see-through though? Like, you got some see-through pants on. The wig didn't hold up very nice because it's raining. I don't know what's going on here. And I'm assuming that she thought it was going to be more people out there because it looked like they had 10 porta potties there. So maybe she thought it was going to they thought they were going to have a bigger turnout, but it didn't turn out too well.
Look, let me show y'all the book bags. Look, they got the book bags on. She got her book bag on. Let's see your book bag, mama. Ooh, that's pretty. And what it say? I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Ooh.
Why would she put that on a book bag? Now all the kids gonna know I got this free ass book bag. Like, what? I mean, it's good for her, but no, like if I'm in like middle school, I don't want that shit on my book bag. Everybody gonna know they got this free book bag. And when you guys raise your hand, if you grew up poor, you didn't want everybody to know you was poor. So now you got Tiffany Henyard Cares or Tiffany Henyard Thornton Township. Oh, you got a Thornton Township book bag. Your mama can't afford a book bag. Now you got kids teasing me because you gave me this damn book bag. Why didn't you just get regular book bags to pass it out? No, because this is a political campaign. And who paid for this? You guys put in the chat, do you think Tiffany Henyard paid this out of her money? Put it in the chat. Let me know.
That part. Oh, nope, that can't do it like me. Nope. Hey. That part. So this is what it's all about. Let me go over here so you can see all the great things that we got. Right here. Hey, y'all. Hey. How you doing? Good. How you doing? All right. Good to see you. You too. Hey, y'all. Okay, so right here. Hey. Hey, look at that. You got the watermelon, man. Let's go. Come and get y'all some fresh watermelon from off the truck. He drive all the way down to Mississippi and get this. Look at that. You got the babies. Ooh, your face are pretty. Hey.
Nobody drove to Mississippi to get no watermelon, Tiffany. And this is the most ghetto stuff. He's passing out watermelon. Don't got no tablecloths. What is he? Nothing to cover up the dirty table. What is going on here? What kind of bootleg shit is this? Was this a last minute afterthought? Oh, get the watermelon man. Tell him to come here. He can set up right here. And he didn't bring no materials besides a watermelon and a knife. What is going on? brought a watermelon and a knife.
I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Ooh! That part. Oh, nope, that can't do it like me. Nope, hey. That part. So this is what it's all about. Let me go up here so you can see all the great things that we got. Right here. Hey, y'all. Hey. How you doing? Good, how you doing? All right, good to see you. You too. Hey, y'all. Okay, so right here. Hey. Hey, look at that. You got the watermelon, man. Let's go. Come get y'all some fresh watermelon from off the truck.
This nigga, he cutting watermelon on the raw table. We don't know what is going on here. Am I the only way? Maybe I'm too bougie. Maybe I'm too bougie. You cutting watermelon and you don't get nothing on the table. He has his gloves on, but he just laying the watermelon on the table. And shouldn't he have something else? Where's the platters at? What's going on?
You drive all the way down to Mississippi and get this. Look at that. You got the babies. Ooh, your face are pretty. Hey, y'all. Ooh, give me them hearts, baby. Yeah. This is the Senior Transportation Department right here. So if you're watching this is what people don't show y'all. The things that we actually do here at Thornton Township. If you're looking for help, you can call our Senior Department, which is the transportation. That's the number. 708-596-6040, extension 4011. Hey. Hey, mama. How you doing? Thank you.
I need to get in.
Look. He gave me his cards. So you know what we do here. Yeah, let him turn around so you can see him. Look. Let him turn this around.
Yeah, go.
There you go, right there.
How you doing?
Talk to him. What you got? Tell me
I got everything. I got watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches, pears, corn, everything.
Yep, everything. Yep, and he got it right here on the truck. Let me turn around so y'all can see it. So pull up. Make sure you empty out his truck. Pull up.
So he's selling watermelon? Is that
always look, there she go.
What he doing?
And then right here you got general assistance. So if you need help, again, this general assistance tent. Remember how I tell y'all if you need help to lights, your gas, your water, your mortgage, your rent, helping bury a loved one, anything. That's what I do. But they don't tell y'all that. So
that's not what you do, Tiffany. That's what the township does. Okay? Because you get federal money. You get taxes. Millages on people, the city taxes. Okay? You don't do it. They voted on these millages to tax a certain percent to give to Thornton Township so they could have a town, so they could have city services, so people want to live in Thornton Township. You're trying to make it about you. Thornton Township would still be Thornton Township when you're in jail, Tiffany, or not reelected. It's nothing you're doing. Okay, these things been established way before you got there. The food pantry, senior services, help with roofing, help with medical bills, lights, gas, whatever. They always been in establishment. This is nothing new. You acting like you're doing something new. Now this party stuff, maybe, yeah, you probably doing this party stuff for new. But it's a new thing, I guess. But all this other stuff is not new.
Please, all the real stuff that you need is here at this location today. So all you have to do is either pull up, come and get help with the services, sign up. Somebody call you Monday, you can go in the office. But again, I like to give you facts. Because all that fake news ain't working. Look, it's the number if you want help with any of those items I just named. And guess what I'm doing now? I ain't help pay your medicine. So if you got oxygen, if you got chemo, you need just help with medicine. I do it all. And that's what they made. Because they could do the same thing I'm doing, right? Yep. And then right here, hey y'all, right here, you got Youth and Family Services. So this is how you contact them, 708-596-6040, extension 2007. And then you got the free book bag. What's up, man? And then you come out and get your book bag, you need a book bag. Portia, what's up, hardest worker? There she go. Y'all gotta love Portia, man. She's about that work life. I love it. All right, so let's go down some more. Let's go down. The sun coming out. And this is our senior service, well, no, it's not. It's community outreach. So if you need help, remember I was telling you about the services? Here go the flyers. And let me flip it over. And this is anything we do. So if y'all want some truth to go with that little fact, that little fake stories, you can always come to town.
Oh my God. I don't know how people could watch this lady. I don't know. Okay, that's enough of those shenanigans. She had Kiki Wyatt out there. I guess she couldn't get him to talk. Here's Kiki Wyatt singing. This is probably about 75 people there. I give it about 75. I'm not gonna play the song because I'll get demonetized. But they got about 75 people out there. The weather cleared up. I guess it probably was raining all day, but the weather cleared up, and Kiki Wyatt came out to sing. I don't know why this is supposed to have been a family event. Kiki Wyatt sings love and sex songs, so I don't know why would you hire somebody like her for a family event, but I guess that's if that's what you want to do. And this is Jay Holiday here. I don't know. You guys put it in the chat. Is Jay Holiday from Chicago? Not for sure, but he got on the bullhorn talking about the event.
Dolton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard for having me perform at this lovely event. Hey, look, it's the annual Dolton Township Festival, man. It's going down August 17th. It's going down at Greenwood Falls. And listen, man, it's a free outdoor concert. So I want to see y'all there, man. Shouts out Miss Tiffany. Listen, man, it's going down August 17th, Greenwood Falls. Dolton, all surrounding areas. I want to see y'all out there. Hey.
I can't tell you one song Jay Holiday sings. I really can't. Kiki Wyatt, all I know from her, not any of her songs or her album songs, all I know of her singing My First Love, which was a remake with Avant. I remember her singing that. She has a beautiful voice. I'm not trying to take away from Kiki Wyatt, but so she hired these people. I think that it probably was a pretty penny. I'm pretty sure he probably asked for about 5 to 10 grand. Kiki Wyatt thinks she's probably more famous because she is more notable than Jay Holiday. So she probably asked for about 10 to 15, maybe 25. I'm not for sure, but it wasn't no small price to pay. Okay, so she had him on the bullhorn thanking her for all that good stuff. And her stylist was there because that's the guy who was holding the umbrella. I thought I'd seen a picture of him, but maybe it was on Dolton Politics page. But anyway, so that happened. And so she's trying to put on this image like she's doing so great. The DNC is in town. I'm not for sure if Tiffany Henyard will be attending the DNC when she has all this other stuff going on in her township. You think she would try to actually take advantage of people being distracted to get her house in order? But I doubt. That's not Tiffany's style. She operates in chaos. Okay, so now, this past week, they called a special meeting, Dolton Township. And I hear that it got pretty crazy because, Carmen Carlisle, she was actually giving Tiffany pushback on some of the things that she claimed that was clickbait. They called the special meeting because it was clickbait. All these things that she claims that she doesn't want to hold herself accountable for and what the trustees tried to hold her accountable for. She claims those things that they're asking for from her and her staff, these are clickbait items. And, Tiffany she's a liar and something's wrong with her. So we know it's not clickbait. I think they have valid reasons and valid concerns that they try to stress and get their point across, and all these other things that they've been trying to pass, resolutions that because of the spending. These are valid concerns because they see the Dolton Village going through this crap. They don't want to go through it. So anyway, this is Dolton Township. This is Dolton Township, and at this point of the meeting, let me just This was a call. Okay, the general fund bills. Remember the last meeting, they didn't want to pay the general fund bills because Carmen Carlisle and I believe Chris Gonzalez had several bills that they wanted to see the receipts for and more information. So they decided to table those bills and readdress them in this special board meeting. I believe this special board meeting was called to pay the bills because they didn't want them to be late. And they wanted their employees to get paid.
And once we receive the invoices for the other one, we would move forward paying those. But we're okay with paying everything that's listed on this agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second. So, here we go again. Any discussion? Y'all put stuff on the agenda again, and y'all had over a month to talk about every single thing up here. Robert Hunt just stated that he gave everything.
Did you guys see that catering bill? Let me just go back a little bit.
All right, next on the agenda is there a motion to pay general fund bills?
Well, we have a motion on the agenda to pay the bills that are listed. And once we receive the invoices for the other one, we would move forward paying those. But we're okay with paying everything that's listed on this agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second. So, here we go again. Any discussion? Y'all put stuff on the agenda again, and y'all had over a month to talk about it.
They have a lot of catering bills on here. Cozy Catering, Jimbo Catering. These are $1,200 bills, $500 bills. And this is like, I guess, over the past month.
Every single thing up here. Robert Hunt just stated that he gave everything to the clerk. So you guys are not doing your job, which is checks and balances. So make sure that everything that you want is there. So how we only paying certain things when we got important bills that need to get paid no matter what. Did y'all know that? It's not how you run operation, it's not how you run the business. So can you tell me why we can pay certain people and not others? So I'll wait, board members. Y'all call a special meeting, y'all gotta do some kind of talk.
Yeah, we're talking about. The thing is, you all reached out to us for a special meeting to pay certain bills. We still hadn't received the invoice that we asked for prior to the last meeting. And it was important that we paid insurances and different things like that. We didn't want anybody's insurance to lapse. And we know that the food pantry, needed to be paid, everything in general assistance. So again, we wanted to make sure we were able to get insurances and different things like that paid. We have an upcoming meeting on Tuesday. So we're just asking that we can be provided with invoices so we can, again, just make more informed decisions when we're going to come in. So that's the reason we're agreeing to pay certain things, but we would like to see invoices for the other items.
So that's all false that you're saying. You're sitting and telling lies once again. You guys had every opportunity to go over invoice. Last meeting, if you was really concerned about paying insurance, Trustee Carmen, you would have paid it at the last meeting. You guys sat here, Trustee Carmen, Trustee Chris. You both sat here and didn't pay nobody, not a single soul, at the last board meeting that scheduled. And if you truly wanted to have an actual meeting, because it's like clickbait, how you have a special meeting on a day when we have a big event downstairs? That's number one. Number two, if y'all really want to pay the bills, we got a board meeting next week, Tuesday. So what was so urgent to have this meeting today?
The big event was her bingo meeting. Her big event, bingo. You know, we do bingo where you giving a bunch of free stuff so you can pay people for their vote. Shut up, Tiffany.
That we couldn't take care of business on Tuesday. So all these lies y'all tell me to stop. Because if y'all was scared about that, they would have got paid each and every single time when we had our board meetings. But y'all didn't pay nobody. From GA department to general fund department, you two. Myself and Trustee Darlene Gray Evans are the only two that agreed to pay everybody. So now, how are you guys saying that you ain't getting this, you're not getting that? Y'all call, well, y'all don't take that back, y'all don't call. From my understanding, everything was getting to the clerk. So y'all reach out, have a sit down, go over any of it. I even reached out to Jerry and I asked him, Jerry, what we doing? Why are we having a special meeting? What are we paying? Why are we paying everybody? Y'all need to pay the staff, and you still got the staff in this bills list. Why is that? They did the work. Just like y'all get paid, right? I don't see y'all that y'all come to none, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all still get y'all check like clockwork, right? So why aren't you paying the staff? I don't see the staff on it. I think that's a very important bill to pay. So do y'all want to amend that and add staff bills? As long as I don't see them in none of these bills. And then we don't never do an agenda like this. Y'all know that. So that just show you guys was picking and choosing who you want to pay. So do y'all want to amend the list?
I motion pay the bills on the list with it being amended for the staff.
All right.
I'd like to second that, just contingent upon Robert providing us with payroll. I did ask to see payroll last meeting, and I did not receive that information. So I'd be willing to make a second to that if we can see the payroll.
Once again, trustee, you have every opportunity to speak with everybody. You have made.
Stop trying to bully somebody. She said she wants to see X, Y, and Z, Tiffany. Stop trying to bully people.
Several meetings, right? A book, and then show up to one.
And if she was, I believe if Tiffany was doing her job to her best of her ability, she wouldn't be giving pushback to Carmen Carlisle. She will be talking to her administrator. Isn't Keith Price the administrator now? Okay, Keith Price, and you don't have to do it in front of everybody. Make sure Carmen gets all the things she needs so we could not hold people paychecks up. So one of these people are lying, because why would she has no fight in the game? Why would she just say, oh, I don't want to pay people's payroll or not let them get a check? If what's the whole point of that? It's no point. So you're talking about grandstanding. You're the one that's grandstanding. Okay, so they went back and forth. At 18:55, Gray Everett decided to show up for the meeting. Maybe she has something else to do.
The operation must keep going. And it's like y'all want to just tear down the government here at Dolton Township. And that's not right. Because you have been here waiting for me. So you should want it to run, because there's a lot more going on since I came. It's been really busy. The numbers are all.
But you didn't run, Tiffany. You didn't get out there and campaign for this position. You were selected. So what are you talking about? You were selected for this position. You're going to have to run in 2025, but you were selected, i.e. appointed for this position. No one's elected you. Well, at least the people didn't. Anyway.
We have, I have requested this information. So a lot of times we get a lot of bills and there's no organization, there's no structure. And I've asked if there could be a way to separate everything out one by department so we can see exactly where the expenditure came from. And then I asked for it to be separated out by credit card and then what needs to be paid. And it just makes it easier for us to be able to identify what department spent it. And I even asked for every department head to submit a monthly reoccurring list of their bills so we can easily identify departmental needs. But again, we're trying to do things to make this an easier process, a more understood process where we won't have more questions. And then two, we even asked for there to be some kind of communication saying, hey, this expenditure is coming up, we're going to be doing this, and just communicate with the board so when we get here, we don't have 1,000 questions because we have actually communicated through email or whatever, text, some kind of, conversation where you can go back and, kind of just see what was said. But again, we've asked for this information be sent in an organized way, and we don't get it that way. And it's very hard to understand, all the bills. And so sometimes we get invoices, but those invoices lead to more questions. And sometimes we don't get questions, answers to those questions. And so it's not about clickbait. It's about just making sure the right thing is being done. And we have information to make informed decisions. That's all it's about. There's a lot going on in the atmosphere, and we have a duty to make sure that things are held accountable. It's our job to make sure things are accountable and transparent.
And at the end of the day, you was on this board when they were talking like this, right? So you should have been putting this same energy in play when you weren't saying a word a year ago, some months ago. And when it goes to the administration's needs, they need everything that they put on their list, their warrant list, their bills list. You should make sure you pay it because it's a need for their department. Everything that they ask for is for their department, for the residents. So if it's something that you think is wrong or something that you see that you don't like, you should point that out and give it to staff, which is Keith Price. You let him know what that is, and then we will give you the answer to whoever sent it, whatever it is. But just to come here and say, I'm not paying nothing, I'm not paying no bills. But you know what, I'm gonna pay these 20 people, and that's all I'm gonna pay. That's not right. When there's other bills that's really, really important, which Robert has a list of, and you guys didn't even add it on the list. Come on, man, that's not right. And that's why I'm asking you guys, are you going to motion to pay all the bills?
But I will say something. You keep saying this thing about me being a part of administration, and I didn't say anything. For a long time, I sat on this board. Yes, I'm new to being a trustee. I'm very new to this process. I'm learning. I'm not afraid to say that. But what I will say is that the reason I didn't ask questions, or I didn't, put into question things that was said, because I trusted the administration. I trusted the process. And the moment I didn't trust the process, I started asking questions. So that's why I sat here and I didn't say anything, because I trusted you. And that's what it is. So now there are things I I don't trust the process. So I have to ask questions. Before it worked in that season where I didn't ask anything, that worked. But moving forward, it's not working. So I have to ask questions and I have to make sure I understand what I'm saying yes to. And that's my job. Maybe I didn't do a great job before, but now moving forward, I am going to do a better job of asking questions and make sure I know what's going on in Dolton Township because it's my duty and my job to do that. That's why I didn't say anything, and that's why moving forward, I will. Okay.
Carmen trying to get reelected. She like, okay, I came in as your friend, but I'm trying to keep my job, and my job is an elected official. So you could say what you want. I know your train is leaving. Tiffany Gravy train is leaving. You're gonna not be reelected again. I can't be a part of that ticket anymore. So I got to make sure I'm doing what's necessary and that's on the up and up and treating the residents right, because those are the people that's going to reelect me. I can't hang my career on you, Tiffany. Yeah, I trusted the process, but I found out that you didn't know what the hell you was doing. So now I can't trust you. I found out you was a liar. I can't trust you. So, and somebody put in the chat, Tiffany and Carmen was friends. Yeah, they were friends. I think Tiffany ended up pulling her out of some trouble. I think she's from Ohio. She has some, I think I pulled up her file. She has some bank fraud charges or something, bouncing check charges or something she did. But anyway, she's an elected official now, and she trying to keep her job. she trying to keep her paycheck. So what is wrong with that, Tiffany? And Tiffany mad as hell because she's asking too many damn questions. Look at Tiffany. Tiffany can't even come back with that. She trying to conjure up words to say because everybody clapping for her.
There's another ball face that
I wish I could enlarge this.
because you was part of the process. You don't want to put invoices in, and you did the process. So it's the same process that you was doing. So get up here and lie and say, I didn't trust the process when you was the process. Stop. That's what I'm saying about your lies, Carmen. Stop. And
she trying to blast Carmen out saying, hey, I trusted the process, but now I don't trust the process. So now she trying to say, Carmen, you lied because you was the process. She was like, well, I already admitted that I was new. That's why I didn't question a lie. So why are you trying to flip it back on her?
then as it relates to now ask questions, you ask questions and you put things before the board and the board voted for, right? The same thing you're doing now, but the difference is you're holding up progress because you don't want to pay something because everybody made it.
Tiffany, you know what, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for keep on cutting Tiffany off. But if you really think about it, when you have a baby, let's say I have a baby starts to crawl, okay? They start to crawl. Then they start to walk. But not knowingly, their head is so big, so they walking like this, okay? Then once their body catch up to their head, then they start walking, moving their arms in the right, moving their arms when they walk. This same thing with Carmen Carlisle. She was a baby. She said she didn't know anything about being a trustee. You got her that position. And she's taking the position seriously. Now she's more familiarized herself with the process. And she probably went online and looked at other people's process and talked to Chris Gonzalez, probably a very experienced person. This other guy, a very experienced person. They've been a part of the board for years. And she probably talked to some other trustees in Dolton Township. So she's actually garnered the knowledge. Once you garner the knowledge and learn more, your questions start to be more intellectual questions. Don't get mad at her because she became smart, Tiffany. She didn't stay stupid. Why are you mad at this lady? This is the type of person you want in your corner. Someone that wants to elevate themselves to take their job more seriously. Not these hustle and bustle, swindling type ninjas that you have in your corner, trying to steal a dime from the Dolton Township. That's the niggas you want in your corner. The people that you don't want them questioning you, and you want them to teach you how to do illegal things, like Keith Freeman, Keith Price, and all the rest of those Negroes that pat you on the back when you're doing wrong. You mad at her because she's gonna surpass you. That's what you are. You mad at her. You gave her this job, and now you mad because she's not remaining loyal to you.
And the difference, just for the record, President, is because Keith Freeman out here is why you're doing what you're doing. Because before, it was everything on that man say, oh, Keith said it, okay, let me put that down. So now you're asking questions because I know. Ain't nothing wrong, and there's nothing wrong. You got every single thing that's down here. Everything that's down here is related to the people. Every single thing. So instead of going back and forth, as I told you, we can also have a conversation. My line is also for any board member that's sitting here, but I do want to pay the bills that is needed for us to operate.
Okay, and I would like to say something. And
so you want to go back and forth? We don't go back and forth about people all day. That's what it is.
It's not about what it is, but you say things. And you know, one thing I've always been is kind to you, and I'm going to always continue to be kind to you because that's who God is, right? But I will say this: yes, I did work for administration. I was her assistant for over 2.5 years, and I sit here and I believe the process. Let me tell you exactly why I don't trust the process. Since we talking about it. I didn't ask questions. I worked as your assistant. I saw a lot, heard a lot. But the thing and the question is, you walk around as if you don't do anything, you don't make any decisions. And the first time I ever really questioned supporting this is when you went on the national platform and you said you didn't know anything about a foundation. But you forget that I was in certain rooms when certain things happen. And, you know, again, I always try to be tactful because, again, I don't like going back and forth. I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like all this. But I don't like it.
Carmen Carlisle is on the board of the CARES Foundation. She threw her under the bus. That's why Carmen like, oh, this bitch is crazy. She went on national TV saying she don't know anything as it relates to the CARES Foundation. I'm just the face. And you know, when they pulled up the records, Carmen Carlisle was on one of the board of trustees. Her, that other lady, Keith Freeman was the administrator or the signator or whatever. And what's the guy's name? He works here, but he's on Dolton Village, trustee. He was on there. So she probably figured, oh, she don't hold loyalty to me, so why would I hold loyalty to her? And then the FBI or the state attorney general was questioning about this whole CARES Foundation. And she went on national TV.
Like I'm being lied on. I don't like to feel like, you know, we're not telling the truth. And the reason I don't support you is because you were not honest about that foundation. I was in the room when it started, and then you came to my house after that unannounced and tried to get me to say somebody else started that foundation that did it. And so again, and I'm saying this for the record. Again, so you're trying to say anything about me not supporting you for somebody else. I don't support you because of you. I don't support you because, again, you act like you don't make decisions. You make every decision, you know, and maybe you didn't execute it, but I was there. I was your assistant for 2 years. So you sit up here week after week, you sit up here month after month and pretended like, and I've been kind to you. I've been patient, and I'm going to continue to be that way. You know, but, you know, for you to get up here and say, I'm not supporting you any other reason because of you, it's wrong, because I don't support you because of you. Not for Keith Freeman, not for anybody else. I don't support you because you're not an honest person. You're not an honest person.
Good for her.
Yes. At the end of the day, I'm not going to take the bait because I can say so much stuff and just tarnish you right now. But I'm not going to treat you that way. At the end of the day, the truth will be the truth, and the truth will come out. So you get here and say people said this, did this. You know what it is. You know exactly who did what. And I hate that people hold your lips like this and you get up here and you act like a whole different person. It saddens my heart to just see you act the way you're acting right now. But right now, we on business. If you want to have a little cat fight, hold on, you out of order. If you want to have a little cat fight, back there. Right now, that's how the business. The agenda. The agenda is right now, going back to the agenda. Is there a motion to approve additional items on the warrant list for the general fund? Is there a motion?
No, the motion on the floor is there's a motion to approve the list of bills under item 2.
We did that already.
Yes. Including
yes, we did.
The vote was to add the payroll to the motion.
They voted on it.
No, I know. The vote was to add the payroll to the motion.
We motion second and voted on it.
Yes.
Correct, to add the
You
payroll.
said to add, now you vote to.
You just need to vote to approve the bills and the payroll.
Okay.
What was the ad payroll?
These bills and payroll.
Okay, so say payroll, I just said add staff bills. Okay, so add payroll. I need a motion to add the payroll, to approve payroll along with the bills listed on the special agenda.
Correct.
May I have a motion?
It's already motioned up, it's just a vote.
All right. Trustee Carlisle? Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
That's the next item.
Motion passed. Also, for the record, Trustee Gray Everett left at 6:36 p.m.
Next item.
All right, is there a motion to approve additional items on the warrant list? Here, so is there a motion? So are y'all paying the other bills or we're not paying the bills?
It's just that one bill, oh no, I'm not. Contingent upon,
So why y'all put it on? Are y'all paying the other bills? Because remember, y'all made this decision, I didn't make this decision. So are we paying the other bills that's needed to be paid?
the attorney suggested that we put this on here just in case anybody presented any invoices, but no one presented any invoices.
That
Was given to the clerk.
That's what I got saying it, and I
All
agree.
invoices were given to the clerk.
You want to make that statement in the mic? Oh my God. Yeah, I know, but I've been saying it up here, and nobody wants to take responsibility for them not doing their job or looking at invoices. Then it's here, and then I'll say opposite. Every invoice was given. Anybody any questions? Y'all could basically. Yeah, that's the system of bills. So, okay, moving on. A motion regarding the finance director. I just answered that on what that would be. So next is ordinances. Is there a motion to approve an ordinance establishing tribal guidelines? Motion. Is there a second?
They didn't vote on the three.
Is there a motion and a second?
What number three?
I just told y'all what it is. No. Y'all not in this meeting. Stop it. So it's a motion and a second for tribal. What are we doing for tribal?
Should we make a vote on that?
Well, right now,
Was there a motion and a second regarding it?
no. I told him that he
It wasn't read off.
talked directly to.
She's trying to skip it.
I know. I already know.
She's purposely doing it.
Well, item number three, I mean, there should be, either there's a motion for it and a second or there isn't. Motion to approve item three.
Correct. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second. Call roll. Wait, for the record, again, get it from Keith Price. Let me say the wrong person.
Okay, I have a question as pertains to that. What is Mr. Price's title? And was he board approved for that title?
Yes.
What?
What's the
You
title?
already know his title.
No, I didn't.
You know what? You're not
Tell
prepared.
everybody.
So anyway, what else? I'm not. We're
And
moving
you're saying he
on.
was board approved for that?
Just told you he was. So
So you were, a little while ago, we were just talking about employee information. I mean, that's kind of sensitive stuff. I mean, if he's not been board approved to be over general fund, he shouldn't have access to that
What are you
information.
talking about over general fund? He ain't got nothing.
Every time we're talking about general fund right now, but you keep referring to.
He's doing, let me be crystal clear, I just
Please
told
do.
Carmen that.
Please do.
He's doing the exact same thing Keith Freeman was doing. Y'all went to Keith Freeman for everything. It's nothing in it. So that's my answer. It's a
Freeman was
motion.
board approved, correct?
It's a motion and a second.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
No. All right, next
Motion
is there
passed.
a motion to approve an ordinance establishing tribal governments. You just have to start it over. Y'all stopped it. So what's the motion? Is there a motion?
We have a motion.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and second. Any discussion? Any discussion?
So I'd like the motion to be, the ordinance to be read.
Oh, you want to read? Go ahead. You can read it. I'm not reading the
I'd
ordinance.
like the attorney to read the motion. Oh, the ordinance.
No, you can read. No, you're not here to read into the record. You can read whatever you want. It's a record.
Well, disregard that.
Okay, you know. Let's see. Travel. Okay, here we go. Travel. So, any discussion? Any other discussion? All right, so I have plenty of discussion. So you guys put this in place. Did you guys ask anybody about process? No? So how we put something in place and y'all didn't ask about process, procedures, how it work, how it, or what it is. How y'all not talking to y'all call for a special meeting? You gotta explain to the public what it is. Now, put travel in place. What are we doing? Trust me? Tell the public what's in it. All of it, what's in it? What you got? Nobody got nothing. We're just making laws, rules, and nobody's explaining to the public what we're doing.
Well, again, I'll explain. There is really no policy or procedure. I think travel has been one of the biggest problems that people have complained about, even the constituents. And so, again, our job as board members is to legislate and create rules and policies, structure an organization in place where there's none. And there were no travel guidelines, no travel policies, so we created one. Trustee Jones just asked for it to be read into record, but you didn't want the attorney to read it into record.
No, because you can read. Y'all can read, right? You read. You want to read? So, you guys put this in place, something that I've been asking for. So, why didn't you guys get input from everybody on the board? It relates to travel, because believe it or not, y'all know I'm for travel police. I'm really in for it. Because when everybody books stuff, but you keep saying people know, nobody knows. I'm for a travel police. This is what the world don't know. Tiffany Henyard is for a travel police. So, I think you guys should actually really sit down with us and go over what you wrote in here. So, I think y'all should amend it. Or maybe if you want to amend it at the next meeting on the 20th. But I really think we should amend it. I called Jerry the other day and asked him questions, and he said he didn't know certain things. So I think we should sit down and amend this before the 20th. And y'all just put it back on there. So are y'all for that?
What is your resignation for the amendment?
Well, I'm not going to go right now. This special meeting, I really want to get back downstairs, I'm honest. So I really want to just put my stuff on record why I can be serious. So can we put this on there on the 20th? This report, can we make amendments on there in 4 days? Are you guys okay? I don't want to make no change. Somebody want to go to this point? Y'all don't want to know. Jerry, you need it? You want to just keep going the same way? Okay. All right. Well, residents, there you go. They have their own input of travel. I'm not in support of what they got in there. They need to make adjustments. But nobody wants to hear people's adjustments or people's concerns. So how?
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Present. I'm on present because I'm not against the travel police, but I want to make some adjustments to what's in. They don't want to do this.
Motion passed.
Next on the agenda, motion to approve an ordinance filling the salary ordinance. Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion? No discussion? We go again. Why do y'all call
I'd
me?
like the attorney to read
Again, you're not going to go through reading all these ordinances in the record. If you guys want to read it, y'all free. You got mics. Read it into the record. Go right ahead.
I'll read it.
Go ahead.
Dolton Township, Cook County, Illinois, ordinance number 24-002. An ordinance repealing ordinance number 23-004 entitled an ordinance regarding the salaries for certain elected and appointed officials for Dolton Township, Cook County, Illinois. Adopted by the Township Board of Dolton Township, Tiffany Henyard Supervisor, Loretta C. Wells Clerk, Gerald Jones, Darlene Gray Everett, Christopher Gonzalez, Carmen Carlisle is trustee. Ordinance. Already read that. Whereas Dolton Township, Cook County, Illinois, the township is a duly organized and existing township and unit of local government created under provisions of the laws of the state of Illinois and is operating under the provisions of the Illinois Township Code 60 ILCS 1-1-1 titled the Code and all laws administratory thereto and whereas the supervisor and the township trustees, collectively the township board, are committed to ensuring the efficient operation of government, and whereas the electors of Dolton Township to run the business of the township. Whereas on November 28, 2023, the township board approved the ordinance changing the salaries of certain elected and appointed officials. The ordinance was number 23-004. Whereas the township board has determined that it is the best interest of the township and its residents to repeal ordinance number 23-004 and refer to the previously established salary schedules as provided for in resolution number 15-R-015, which was approved on December 22nd, 2015. Now therefore be it ordained by the Township Board of Dolton Township, Cook County, Illinois as follows. Section 1, Incorporation Clause. All of the recitals herein before stated as contained in the preambles of this ordinance are full, true, and correct. And the Township Board does hereby, by reference, incorporate and make them part of this ordinance as legislative framework. Section 2 purpose. The purpose of this ordinance is to repeal ordinance number 23-004. Section 3, invocation of authority. This ordinance is adopted pursuant to the authority granted to the Township by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the Illinois complied statutes. Section 4, state law adopted. All applicable provisions of the Illinois complied statutes, including the Illinois Township Code, may be amended from time to time related to the purpose of this ordinance, are hereby incorporated herein by reference. Article 3, heading, saving, clause, publication, effective date. Headings. Section 6 headings. The headings for these articles, sections, paragraphs, and subparagraphs of this ordinance are inserted solely for the convenience of reference and form no substantive part of this ordinance, nor should they be used in any interpretation or construction of this ordinance. Section 7, severability. The provisions of this ordinance are hereby declared to be severable, and should any provisions, clause, sentence, paragraph, subparagraph, section, or part of this ordinance be determined to be in conflict with any law, statute, or regulation by a court of competent jurisdiction, said provision, clause, sentences, paragraphs, subparagraphs, section, or part shall be excluded and deemed inoperative, unenforceable, and as though not provided for herein. And all other provisions shall remain unaffected, unimpaired, valid, and in full force and effect. It is hereby declared to be a legislative intent of the Township Board that this ordinance would have been adopted had not such unconstitutional or invalid provision, clause, sentence, paragraph, subparagraph, section, or part thereof been included. Section 8, superseded. All code provisions, ordinances, resolutions, and orders or parts therein in conflict herewith are, to the extent of such conflict, hereby superseded. Publication. A full, true, and complete copy of this ordinance shall be published in pamphlet form as provided by the Illinois Township Code as amended. Section 10, effective date. This ordinance shall be in full force and effective following its passage, approval, and publication as provided by law. On Township on such date, such year, by the following roll call vote. Approved the same date. Test. Signed by Tiffany Henyard, Supervisor. Test out of Reverend Wells Clerk. That's the ordinance. Now, having read that, first of all, Robert, I apologize to you. You get those meetings and reading all stuff, it's difficult. But anyway, I mean, I'd like to ask the question not about this ordinance, but we pay an attorney. Why can't he read that?
We can summarize what it is. So, like, I guarantee you, you don't even know what you do. You read all that, you don't even know what you do. Okay. Nobody. That's why you just read. You could just summarize what it is. Still to tell people what it is.
I just read it.
Oh, okay. Any more discussion? Okay. Of course, I got a discussion regarding this. It's funny because everything's in packed now. If y'all paying attention to the play that's being played up here.
Right now, Tiffany is boiling. Okay, remember that ordinance they passed to decrease anyone that unseat Tiffany and the trustees. Decrease their salary to, I think, the supervisor's salary to $25,000. It might be $60,000, but decrease significantly. Right now, Tiffany's base salary pay is $225,000 for Dolton Township. Okay. So she wrote in, and they signed it. These guys signed it. They wrote in to decrease their salary. Anybody that unseat, any new people that unseat them, to $25,000. Okay. So they probably looked at that and say, oh, you know, it doesn't look good for us to do that. Hey, we're not trying to get in trouble with the FBI. So we're going to change it.
This ordinance, the Board of Trustees voted for, approved it. It had to do with salary for those that didn't understand what he just was reading. It included an increase in their salaries as well, and no one talks about that. So they call themselves trying to repeal it. But this is why I tell people should educate themselves. What has happened since then, which I've told Trustee Jerry Jones this, he knows this, State Rep Thaddeus Jones and also State Senator Napoleon Harris both created a bills at the state level, because this is what happened when they can't control y'all. They make bills and laws of state, just for those that don't understand how politics work. They made a bill. Here's the bill, just to show you. So whether you vote on it or not, it really is relevant. The bill trumps the ordinance. So there's no point of putting it on here. But they just put it on here for clickbait. Once again, like I keep telling you, it's a game. It's a show. If you research it, it's the bill number, Illinois House Bill 4488. And it basically repeals what they're trying to do. So there's no point to vote, put on a show, act like they're doing something they're not, because the other two haters already made a bill because everybody wants to see to repeal the ordinance. So that's right here for those that don't know what's going on. I know how much clearer I can make it, but here it is. Any more discussion? Call roll.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Present.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve? and
If it's already passed, why?
For adequate representation of.
If it's already passed, if you saying the bill that they passed in the Senate, and I tried to look it up, I didn't see it in there. If it already supersedes, why did you vote present, Tiffany? She said Bill 4488. This is something else. I don't know what she's talking about. $4488 is something else. Let me just go back and fact check Tiffany. Tiffany said Bill 4488, right?
I don't understand how politics work. They made a bill. Here's the bill, just to show you. So whether you vote on it or not, it really is irrelevant. The bill trumps the ordinance. So there's no point of putting it on here. But they just put it on here for clickbait. Once again, like I keep telling you, it's a game. It's a show. If you research it, here's the bill number, Illinois House Bill 4488. And it basically repeals what they're trying to do. So there's no point to vote, put on a show, act like they're doing something and not, because the other two haters already made a bill because everybody wants to see to repeal the ordinance. So that's right here for those that don't know what's going on. I know how much clearer I can make it, but here it is. Any more discussion? Call the roll.
I'm going to give Tiffany the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she said the number wrong, but this is for Crohn's and colitis awareness. I'm telling you, Tiffany is the person that will show up. I got the emails right here. The emails right here. And it just be some random, it'll be some alphabet. It's alphabet on the paper. The email. I got the bill. House bill right here. HB 4488. It's right here. And when you look at, I guess she don't think people are going to look this stuff up. And when you look at it, it comes up Crohn's and colitis awareness. Does everybody see this? HB 4488. It's in the General Assembly right now. They actually haven't voted on it yet. Okay. I guess it's passed through the special committee. And right now it's in General Assembly. It hasn't passed, but it's Crohn's and colitis awareness. So Tiffany is just lying. Once again, she's a liar.
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Present.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve an ordinance to establish a policy for adequate representation of events, locations for Dolton Township? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second. Any discussion?
The reason we created this ordinance is because we know you hold a lot of events in Dolton, and I don't feel it represents Dolton Township as a whole. There are 16 other towns that represent Dolton Township, and we want to make sure that every resident in Dolton Township has access to be able to be a part of everything that we have. And some people don't want to travel to Dolton, and I think we should have the events in a more neutral location until we can cultivate relationships with other municipalities and they will be willing to work with us. And so we just want to make sure that all Dolton Township residents have a place where they can feel welcome, and we want it to be inclusive to any resident anywhere. And so one city is not a full representation of the township, and that's why we created this ordinance.
That's shame. You actually know, I never seen nobody hate on that city that hard. But I think I'm gonna get a new name if you call you Lion Carlisle. That's what it is. Because you keep telling all these lies up here about Dolton don't represent the township. Dolton does. For those that don't understand, they keep getting upset because they are in Dolton. Dolton is under Dolton Township. So
No, Tiffany. Only reason why you have the events in Dolton Village because you control the police department. You're the mayor. Okay. You want to be the big Willie in town. If you have events in other cities and, under Thornton Township, you have to use and coordinate with other city mayors. But since you don't play well in the sandbox and you're a child, that's why you have your events in Dolton, because you're a kid. A woman that has not matured.
As relates to the stuff they don't tell you. We have events in several other cities. For those that don't know, if you do follow us, you know exactly what I'm saying. Days in the Park are in every single city. And for those that don't allow us in the city, which I think the board have talked to, you talked to both of them, right? Jerry and Carmen, and told y'all the people that don't allow us in their cities. And y'all know this. Y'all seen emails from these people. Thaddeus John, people send us emails saying, hey, if you come to our town, we're going to arrest you. We're going to turn your bills. These are all document stuff news if you want the facts. Stuff like that. But no one tells the truth up here. Y'all just say stuff. Like I said, clickbait. Also, Fox 20, they try to do it in Lansing. As a matter of fact, for the take.
What kind of person is Kamal Bell? I would like to know what kind of person, a kind of man will have a woman like this. Because she loves arguing. Can you just imagine her at home? What kind of tyrant she is? Because right now she has constraints on her. So she ain't cussing and all that stuff. But I hear she get real belligerent. So what kind of person is he to put up with this nonsense? You guys put it in chat. Let me know what you think, because I can't imagine a man wanting to be around her. She's too much.
Important. I think Angie gave y'all a list of different places that told us no. So that's not true on what they're telling you. They just tell you stuff because...
And everyone has the same story or hypotheses of Tiffany Henyard, how she act, the way she spend her money, the way she conduct businesses. And Tiffany always says these are lies, clickbait. But if everyone is coming up with the same hypothesis, then the hypothesis must be true, right? If they continue to have this same reoccurring outcome, it must be true, right? Everybody ain't lying. I mean, come on. Just use common sense. Everybody ain't lying. So like I said, I go back to my original question. What kind of man is Kamal Woods to be wanting to be around a lady like this? You can't pay me enough money to be around this.
Where else is gonna be? It's a big venue. When I say my name carry weight, it carry weight. So many people show up to these events, thousands of people show up. So you gotta have a big venue and a big place where you can house all of the activities for the kids, for the adults, the stages, the bleachers, for everything, including the rides. So that's the reason why it's in Dolton, because it's nowhere else that allows in their city or can't house us for a big venue. Can't go to Phoenix, can't go to Post, can't go to Dixon. We go for the smaller stuff. That's what they ain't telling you, which we do in the city. We actually send you things like this out. Days in the Park. In each Days in the Park, it tells you what city is in. So again, more lies that they just say. Oh, we wanted another thing. So you can make the orders of all you want. It don't matter. If they tell us no, guess what we're gonna do? We're still gonna provide a way for you residents. We're not gonna not do the event because somebody told us no. I'm an entrepreneur by trade, for those that don't know. When I hear no, I find a yes. I do not stop at no. You have to keep going. Because our goal, our job is to make sure we provide the service or the resource to the residents.
No, you're not an entrepreneur. You're not a true entrepreneur, because usually if after you've been in business for a while, you decided, okay, I need to trim the fat somewhere. I need to start cutting costs. I'm not going to keep on spending money frivolously because I won't be in business long. So you're not a true entrepreneur, because usually entrepreneurs, if they stay in business, they figure that out. And you haven't figured that out. You just like spending people's money. You like the showboat and spend people money and act like you're important and you're not.
That's it. Why you think the numbers are increased? Because I keep going. I have not stopped. Despite all the lies, all the hatred, all the naysayers, we keep going. When they didn't vote to pay anybody, pay anything, some people still came to work. Some people still came and did their job, no matter what was you had in the news. And thank you, Carmen, because you always at work. I appreciate you. You always. So I'm just saying, it gotta make sense to what's going on. This is stop employees. People want their money, guys. But anyway, it's a motion and a second on the floor for the ordinance. Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yeah.
I know this lawyer and this camera guy probably like, damn, these black folks are crazy. And like, do I gotta sit through? I'm here to take pictures. I don't want to sit through this bullshit. I'm here to take pictures, and I'm sitting through this mess. Journalists, they're being tortured right now because Lansing Journal, they taped the whole meeting. They're being tortured right now because she's up there. Would you shut the hell up, woman? Just shut up.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Right.
Motion passed.
Next, is there a motion to approve an ordinance to regulate event expenditures and budget approvals? Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, in the motion second, any discussion?
I'll just give the brief section 2 purpose. The purpose of this ordinance is to regulate the budgeting and expenditure process for events organized by Thornton Township, ensuring proper oversight, approval, and adherence to set financial limits.
Okay. What you got? That's it? Oh, yes, sir. Vince? So what's the limits? How y'all come up with these numbers? I'm just saying, what's the limits? So I'm just trying to tell you it's a joke. What's the limits, y'all? Because y'all don't run day to day. Like I tell everybody, when you learn your position, y'all can understand how to move. What's the limits? So for y'all that don't know in the back, and for the fake news, what y'all don't know, they set the limit to $1,000. Yeah. Tell me what you mind. How you about to send your food? How you, well, go ahead. Don't tell me what to say. I ask you what's the limit. Go ahead.
This ordinance is for events in particular. That's what it's for.
I think the limit's in here. Yeah. Go ahead, Robert. What you got?
I guess.
If they could be more specific what they mean by events. Events, when I look at page 3, I just got this part of the any organized activity, that is very broad. I would say that's actually. Can you let her out? She's trying to get out. I would actually say that's every activity in Thornton Township well. So I would just ask, can you be broad? Narrow that down. Lunch program. Do you entail, with your intention, everything that Thornton Township does? You say anything that's an organized activity. Our transportation program, our luncheon program, our days, was that the purpose? That's what I'm trying to make sure. Was that your intent? Because that's how events. No, it says any organized activity or gathering funding or sponsored by Thornton Township. That's how they describe it. That's how I read it. So was that your intention? Am I reading it wrong? Was that the true intention of what you're trying to do with it? Once you start putting these laws in place, you told me that I have to audit it and make sure this is very. If you want to shut down township or just shut down all programs, this is. Any trustee can help me with, or the lawyer. Somebody can just tell me.
We can make it more specific and narrow down for you.
Okay, so are you guys going to adjust and come back on Tuesday with adjustments, or what?
I'm not sure. We'll figure it out though.
Well, we gotta figure out how, because it's up to vote.
I'll motion the table.
All right, is there a second for the motion? The motion second. Call roll.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is the motion to approve an ordinance to regulate retail/credit card/ net 30 policy. Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Okay, guys, y'all want to put this agenda together, what y'all got?
Well, once again, I'll just read the purpose. The purpose of this ordinance is to establish guidelines and restrictions for use of retail, credit card, and net 30 accounts to ensure responsible and transparent financial management for Thornton Township.
Okay, anything else? That's another one that you guys should bring that up. Being discussed with Robert as it relates to day stuff. You guys might want to reach out to him. See, look, I said reach out to him, but I didn't catch that. You should reach out and actually go over it before you guys try to implement something like this. So y'all want to table that as well and bring it back up on the 20th? No. You do know that's all the departments. Okay, fine. Departments get up, time to talk. Who want to go first? Come on, Marcia, we'll let you go first.
I need someone to elaborate on what exactly this means. They want to suspend credit card purchases for day-to-day operations. They want more detail. They want approval prior to purchase. Can someone explain that?
I think we've asked for all those things several times, and we haven't always gotten the information we need. We've asked for we ask for information prior to something happening, but a lot of times the staff is not allowed to give us information freely, and so it makes it hard for us to even, when we get the bill list, there are tons of expenditures, and a lot of them we never know about, and now it's up to us whether we know or we don't know to vote on this. And sometimes, you can't always just say yes because you don't have enough information. And so again, we're just trying to create policies and procedures because again, this is not anyone's personal money, and I'm not saying that anyone said that, but this is taxpayer money, this is governmental funds, and so we have to be mindful of how this money is being spent. And again, I know I've asked for certain things, and sometimes I don't get everything I ask for. And so again, I think there needs to be structure, organization, policy, and procedure, and there's no policy in place. And we've had issues with credit cards in the past, and so again, we're just trying to have some kind of structure to the system because there's just none.
So what you don't understand is I totally agree that we need structure and policy and procedures in place. I actually agree with that. But what I don't agree with is how y'all put limits to the staff. That's why I think you should definitely talk with Keith Price and break down each department on what they do on a daily basis, because obviously y'all don't know because y'all put these limits on here and y'all will harm their operation. Each of them do different things, whether it's the youth and family discussion, youth and family service, senior service.
This is one thing I do agree with Tiffany on. Okay, let's give a clap for me. I agree with what she's saying right here. Tiffany, you get 2 thumbs up and a gold star. Okay, 2 thumbs up. Yeah, they need to know if these credit card expenditures affect their day-to-day operation, and it's buying meals for senior or whatever, or they use their credit cards for their monthly activities. Okay, they should have went to the actual department head and to discuss, okay, how can we better streamline this process? Get the information from them, came back to the board and streamline the process and put guardrails on the process. However, Carmen Carlisle just said, we ask for information, they don't give it to us. If they're asking for information and you're stonewalling them, how can they come up with a streamlined process if you're not giving them the information to come up with that streamlined process? It doesn't make any sense, Tiffany. So you're grandstanding. You're telling the public, the general public, that they didn't come to the department heads to ask for this information, and they did. They're keeping the information from them. Oh, no, I can't give you that information. Why not? I approve all the bills. If the trustees actually came into their office or sent them an email, they should be willing to send them all their bills and all their expenditures and tell them, okay, this is how the day-to-day operations work. It doesn't make any sense. And reason why they're doing that is because they're hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that they're hiding whatever they're spending their money on, and they shouldn't be spending it on. I wouldn't be surprised at that. We're going to find out the Dolton Township is probably broke too. I wouldn't be surprised. She doesn't have access to the book, but Keith Price, if you name him the administrator, Robert Hunt, he used to be buddy with Tiffany. Somebody put it in the chat. He used to be on Dolton's trustee. He used to be a trustee. And they used to be buddy. So they know each other. And that's why he got up and said, oh, y'all trying to break up the township? Y'all trying to stop the operations of the township, completely stop the operations of the township. They're buddy. So, and she probably told him before the meeting, you better start speaking up or you're going to get fired. That's probably what was told.
They each do something different every time. And guess what they use? A credit card. When she booked her events, or when they took them on the outing, I don't even know what it cost. What was the fee for? Where they go to a play or something? What was it?
That supervisor is not placed on a credit card. Our credit card usage, I'll explain, for senior services. Daily for senior services or frequently for senior services are for our ongoing daily events, such as replenishing coffee for our card plater events, providing refreshments for weekly events, purchasing for our lunch program. God knows how many bags we have to replenish those items on an ongoing basis. Not to have the credit card and not to have the credit card, available to purchase these items, when needed, it will have a negative impact on the daily operation. Trustee Carlisle, I thank you for the explanation, but anytime you are looking for an explanation or a receipt on anything that's in senior services, we would be more than happy to provide that. I don't know, but I can say, for senior services, there's never been a purchase on a credit card, that we use for senior services that did not align to our daily operation, providing services for our seniors. But again, I do understand, your explanation and, the reason that, you want these details, but again, to, suspend or prevent us from having.
The problem is not with senior services. The problem is Robert Hunt. He has a credit card. Keith Price now has a credit card since he's the administrator. Those are the problem because they do whatever the hell Tiffany says. Senior services, child, whatever, probably Kamal, I'll probably check his credit card statement too. He don't need a credit card. But those are the problems. It's not senior services. They put in the ordinance a blanket over everybody, but it's you really to catch these two people, Robert Hunt and Keith Price.
Credit card available for things that we have to replenish on an ongoing basis, it would definitely have a negative impact on the daily operation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me take an area like internet access for each of our buildings. Our activities depend on our ability to access the internet from any position. And we use the services of Comcast. And Comcast services is recurring expense. And that recurring expense is best paid when it is on the credit card. So that we don't have an entire process, which sometimes if you do not pay that bill, something can happen. And if it does happen, that Comcast is cut or suspended, an entire area like this building can go down. So it is preferable for our process that expenses like that be placed on a credit card. And there are also other emergency expenses. In our department sometimes it can happen like it is happening right now, that we are fighting if we're fighting a malware attack, then we're fending it off. If we're fending off malware attack, we are presently working, and we need the services of this place, services of that, it is easier to do it using a credit card. Because if we don't use a credit card, then we have to go through an entire process while people are attacking us. So it makes sense that at least for the expenses that the IT can incur, that many of those expenses be placed on the credit card when they are recognized as being either recurring expenses presented to the board or emergency expenses that must be met right now to resolve a critical problem and keep ourselves going. That's basically why we think that placing undue limits to credit card may negatively impact the activity of some kind of
Well, if I may say something, Rob, we did suggest that the finance director holds a credit card, and so we attempted to, look into things again. We asked for departments, bills, split up so we can identify if it's IT, or youth family services or any department. But if we don't have that, if we have all these bills bunched in a group, there's no way to identify your department or senior services. And so again, I think you understand where we're coming from, but there has to be structure and there has to be a system.
But you see, that don't got nothing to do with the credit card. I'm gonna let you talk. $1,000. $1,000 for the whole.
Well, no, this is the whole point of this ordinance is for all the departments to communicate with the board. Somebody spending $20,000 and the board doesn't see it until the bids for leave. That's unfair to the board, and we're expecting to vote on it. All we're asking for is communication between the department heads and the board. So we know we're asking.
I'm trying to come tell them about the lawn care. They won't let me in. Oh, okay, we're gonna let you in. 1 second.
So again, it's a great structure. We can't keep doing it the same way. It's something that happens wrong. So it's just, it has to be.
Okay, well, I think it's checks analysis, and I think when you keep saying one card, I don't think that's right. I think it should be multiple cards because now you know who charged what. Because when they charge it, it's attached to their name. When it's one card, you engage all these people. Now don't nobody know who spent what. But each of them are responsible for their department. That's why I said department heads, I'm gonna let y'all speak. Each of them are for their department. So I just think y'all should revisit this and ask the department heads what they need. Are they telling you right here in the open before you just put something together without their input? I just really think y'all should revisit.
I'm not opposed to that. I just want to say that I support the trustees and their caution as it relates to spending. The last board meeting that I was at, we had a challenge where they were opposed to spending. I voted in favor of paying bills, and the bills were paid. Respect being what it is, they had their challenges, and I pretty much said, the heck with your challenges, I'm just making this vote. I didn't say it that way, but I pretty much did that. I voted against what they had a challenge with. One of the things that I continue to struggle with, and finance director, supervisor, you guys can explain this. And then we can also go and talk about, maybe we can talk about what we need to do going forward as it relates to this. But I really need to have an understanding of what are we voting for? Why do we come to a meeting and we're voting when we're putting things on a credit card? Isn't by the time we come to a meeting and vote for it, it's already paid? Okay.
That's for certain things, but no, that's not true for multiple things, because that's why he cut checks. After you guys vote stuff, he got to cut these checks. This is not credit card. And then that's it. I'm answering. You said that's your question to me or him. And then when it relates to people getting paid, because it's so toxic, the stuff everybody been bought to the town, people want their money up front now. Nobody wants to wait on the check because they feel like how they done it past, that y'all not going to pay them. So now people been doing work and not getting paid, especially them contracts. They cut grass and didn't get paid. And that's heartbreaking. So now everybody wants to pay them now. Oh, we'll come and help y'all, but we want to get paid now. That's the problem we've been facing.
Tiffany, that's your fault. You promised these people a contract and you didn't get a board approval. And now the board doesn't want to pay them because you didn't go through the necessary channels to get it approved. I'm not going to go through this. Maybe I'll pick it up tomorrow, you guys. This very disheartening to see them arguing back and forth about stuff that should, okay, these are good things. Hey, we don't want our township to look like Dolton. We know Dolton is in dire straits. These are good policies that we're trying to put in place. Okay, I think Chris Gonzalez maybe jumped the gun as far as not talking to each department head of how the day-to-day operations work. Maybe they need to amend some of those resolutions, in particular the credit cards. But I think it's a good thing that they're taking this step, because we know Tiffany Henyard is a liar. We know that. Tiffany Henyard is a liar, and now since it came out that she's a liar, she has to fast talk her way through to, put a word salad out there to get people confused, maybe, just to be talking, just to say, oh, I'm defending myself. But you're not going to be able to do that in front of the court. You could fast talk here and people, there's no consequences to you fast talking. There's no consequences to you lying to the public. But when you're on the stand under oath, you're not going to be able to do that. Remember, they showed you, and they wasn't supposed to show you. I thought I saw that on Jedediah's channel, that Tiffany Henyard was crying when she made that statement when they were investigating her CARES Foundation. And she was crying. She was bawling because she know the jig was up. That's all I got to say about that. Like I said, we're going to pick it back up tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some more information in regards to what's going on with Dolton Police Department. You guys make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And tune in tomorrow. We'll be discussing Dolton politics once again. Also, we'll be discussing DNC. So I really appreciate every single last one of you guys. I am sending all my good to you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.